So as a child growing up in this crazy world, learning from what was missing in my life or what I desperately was seeking, as I grew into a young man, I was eager and desperate to find love. And I had a few relationships and learned a lot about love and life. And one day, the love of my life, my absolute true soulmate, fell into my life and I fell into hers. And we knew right away we were meant for each other. Neither of us were looking for each other, but somehow we found each other. We ended up talking the whole night, getting to know one another. It was as if we knew each other forever. Yet at the same time, we didn't. So the curiosity of one another kept us talking and finding out more of each other. Her name was Karen. Karen was everything I ever needed in my life. I knew the moment I met her, the more we talked, the more I fell in love, the more I realized she was what I needed in my life to feel complete happiness. I was happy and accepted who I was. I knew who I was. Karen knew who she was, and we knew we were meant to be together. Things happened quickly, but without even noticing. Every time Karen would come over, she would bring more of her things. And within a short period of time, we were living together, sharing our lives, sharing this world together in complete happiness. Before I knew it, we were married. It just happened. It was just meant to be. I remember putting her wedding ring under her pillow. I knew eventually she would find it. She always slept with her arms under her pillows. So of course she found it. And of course she was excited, as was I. It was February 11th. I couldn't wait till Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day has always had different meaning to me. It's always been more of a materialistic, money-making holiday up until now. This will be the first Valentine's Day without Karen here in physical form. And I now realize Valentine's Day is a celebration of love and happiness. And I am very thankful for all the love and happiness me and Karen gave to each other, for all the love and happiness Karen showed me. I learned a lot from Karen. I learned that you can't change people. You have to be able to accept people for who they are. Other people cannot make you happy. Only yourself can bring true happiness. We can't choose our family. We can choose our friends. We cannot change people. We can only accept who they are. So the biggest lesson I learned from Karen is do not waste your time and energy trying to change what is. Yet accept it and be happy with what you have and who you are. What made Karen happy in life was seeing others happy. And she always made everybody happy. Such a warm, loving, caring woman. She wanted so much to be a wife and mother. And I was so happy to be her husband. We were married 5 years before we had children. You see, I was scared to be a father. I knew I would be a good one, but wasn't sure. My father was not part of my life for most of my childhood, so I was scared. But I knew and was confident Karen would be an excellent mother, and with her I would be an excellent father. Every time me and Karen made love, it was incredible. Pure magic. I don't know how else to put it to keep it PG-13. Yeah, it was incredible. When you love somebody and are able to share that moment and be as one, physically, mentally, emotionally, is by far the best feeling in the world. I miss that. But talking, not getting too emotional here. The day we conceived Devin, our first child, I knew in that magic moment that she was pregnant. That love that we shared together was together. And that our first child was created because of that love we shared together. I remember feeling so excited, yet scared at the same time. Yet I was confident I would be a good father and she would be a good mother. I was nervous, and I told her, hurry up, stand up, jump up and down, jump up and down. Because we hear these funny myths that sometimes that stops pregnancy from taking place. But we laughed and hugged each other as she stood up and cried tears of happiness because we knew what had just taken place and what was happening inside her. We have created life through our love. It is the best feeling in the world. I'm so happy she gave me the confidence to become a father. I remember the day Devin was born. We had a lot of complications, so they had to induce the labor. Karen had a bad reaction to the epidural needle. There was much further complications, so they induced her labor. Finally, we had to have a C-section done. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what goes on in a C-section, they basically numb the woman's body, put a curtain up, and you're supposed to stay on the side of the curtain with her where she is totally conscious, arms strapped down, head moving and talking to you. On the other side of the curtain, her body, her belly, basically her insides are cut into and taken out with the best gift this world could bring you. Your baby comes out. I couldn't resist to look over the curtain and see what was going on. It was the happiest moment of my life to see what we created as a result of our love. The doctors did what they had to do with Devin. Cleaned him off, sucked out his nose, his mouth so he could breathe. And they handed him to me. Karen's arms were strapped down. It's not fair at all, so I held Devin as close as I could to her. It was the best moment ever.